Hi, this is Lauren Fast, and I've had a few questions recently about how I turned my day eye or my day makeup into a smoky eye look or an evening look. So I'm starting with my makeup in the middle of the afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock. I've done laundry today, cleaned my kitchen. I had a child home sick from school. I had an appointment at lunchtime in town, and I'm back again and have prepared just a few more domestic items, and now I've just sat down to make this video. So you're checking out my face color through the middle of the day, and then just typical eating and drinking with a cup. So the lips are a little worn off, but the eye makeup stays relatively intact. So you can take a look at that super up close. I have absolutely colored in the eyebrow. And I used the BeautiControl chocolate. This is the Color Impact eyeshadow pod in chocolate. And a really fine angled brush. And I set that in there. And that's what I had used to draw on my eyebrows earlier today. And then I have a few colors on my eyelids all over to create a base. The first thing that I use is the Shadow Control Cream. So I have on the Natural Shadow Control Cream from BeautiControl Color. And then the Linen the Linen Eyeshadow, Color Impact Eyeshadow Pod of Color I used in a wash all over the whole lid. So I put that over the complete lid before I started layering with some colors. I then used the Titanium, which is kind of a silvery look, right here as a brow lightener. And in the crease here, in this direction, and then along the lash line, I used Midnight, which is a black color. It's a matte black, or very dark. And then on the eyelid here, and then fading up into the crease, I used Rosewood, which is a beautiful silvery, purple, grayish, just it's light, but it has a little bit of a shimmer. So that's the look that you see right now. And then on top of that, I have the black liquid liner and then our Dramatic Lash color, our Dramatic Lash mascara. And that is what is on just the top lashes on both sides. So that's my day eye. How do I turn this into an evening eye? Well, I'm going to continue working with the same colors. I don't have to take this makeup off and start over, but we're going to continue to work with the colors so that we can blend and really smoke it out. And the smoky part of the eye is that it is blended well or doesn't have any complete edge or definite start and stop line. There's a lot of blending that takes place in through these areas. So I'm going to take the Midnight again, and I'm using the contour brush, and you can see where that darkens just a little bit. And I'll add just a little more, or layer, or have some more depth or dimension to the Midnight, or just to say black, a matte black shadow. And move this along my eye line here, my lash line, on this left eye, on my left eye, which is the eye that I can close straight and still look. So that's the eye that I'm using to demo. So I can draw the color out just a little bit further as long as I fill this in here, and I'll use some other colors to blend and pull along the bottom line like that before I start blending. So you'll just start to see the difference between the day eye and then the night or the smoky eye, and just how the color application itself shifts, and then how it will appear different in like a lower level lighting. So that's just adding a little bit more of the dark or the black. Then I'll take another pretty simple brush. This brush doesn't have an identity with a number. It works well for just putting in a little bit of color, and the color that I'm working with right now is the Rosewood again. And I want to kind of smudge or blend with a lighter color and in the lower bit of the lash line here to smoke out this darker color. And then your fingers are an excellent tool for blending. And you can move this in a circle here like that to kind of smudge. In effort to show that, I got a little carried away, so I'm going to put just a little bit more of the color back in the V, or the outer corner of the eye. Like that. So just smudge that eye out. And I have a black eyeliner here. And the black BeautiControl Eye Perfecting Pencil is waterproof. So I'm going to work with this black pencil on my lower waterline so I can avoid that fleshy gap that can take place on the waterline. Smoky eye can be done on any age. Sometimes you would just use a different color or different varieties of your color palette to create the smoky look versus using the darks or the blacks or the charcoal grays. Try using an olive or a variation of a very dark burgundy, or just a series of chocolates and milk chocolates and browns. Like this is a mulberry palette, and this is a very dark color without being black, without being a very harsh or an intense charcoal look. And that can make a beautiful smoky eye. Then if you are very concerned about your eye tissue or wrinkling, you often hear that using the matte finish eyeshadows is better, and that definitely prevents the creases or the angles or the wrinkles from being highlighted quite so much. But in an evening, you'll find that you aren't under a highlight or a spotlight as often to have those creases featured like they would be if you wore a smoky eye during the day. So I'm just working with this smaller brush once again to fade or smudge out this outer corner, working in kind of a circular motion like that. So when we are finished working with the adding of the color, what I can do is freshen up the look of the brow bone. So I can take my titanium again and pat, press, or push that color into place, and then move it back and forth so that I have a good fade of the color here to create the smoky look. So you can see that very much up close, how the color itself blends here on the outer eye, and then right here, and then underneath, like that. And that's definitely what I wanted to do, and you can see the difference between the two eyes. Now, if we add the mascara, add another layer, it would really be fun to add a set of false lashes to this look. Just adding more to the outside here. And then can put a little bit of the mascara then on the lower lashes. Now, I don't have very many lower lashes here in the corner of the eye. When you sleep on your side, you really rub down your eyebrow and you rub down your eyelashes, and you find that you get a few more wrinkles on that side of your face also. So I have eyelashes here in the front center, but not so much on the outside of the eye. So it is fun to wear false lashes in those situations. So now we'll just touch up the rest of the face. If you do your eyes first and then you have a lot of fallout here, it's almost easier to go back and kind of clean up the face as you put on your foundation later than it is to have done your foundation perfectly first and then to have a lot of fallout from your eye down below. So it's just an idea, it's a thought, but I'm going to put on a sharper or a darker eyebrow, really enhance that frame of the face where I may have rubbed some of that off earlier. Make sure that I like the way that that shape looks, and finish up the face with a little bit of my color. So I'm going to add some more contouring because we're going to go out at night. This is an evening look. So I'm going to put more of the darker color in the shadows of the face, like that. and then on the side of the nose. And then to bring the other features forward, I'll put the lighter foundation color. This is a powder foundation. So you'll notice that it also takes away the sting of the shine. So where I may have had my natural lipid barrier break through throughout the day and look shiny on the face, I can reapply my powder foundation, which is the wet dry foundation, in the prominent places in the lighter color, so that I can have these areas of the face, the eyebrow, the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips, highlighted as features and have the rest of it appear more recessed, with just very specific color placement. And because I want this to last all night long, I'm going to take another brush, another powder brush here with the translucent powder. Doesn't lay any color on, but it's a great setting tool. So I can do this right over my eyes and then over all the colors. So once again, it doesn't lay any color down. It does create a matte effect. And it takes away the sting of the shine and then helps to set the color on the face. So let me take a look very closely here at the way that the eye turned out, the way that the eyebrow looks, the cheek color, and then the only other thing that I would change or add to this look is just the sharpening of the lips. So I'm going to put the natural lip liner, because with a smoky eye, you want to have a more neutral or a lighter lip so that you don't have an aggressive eye and an aggressive lip. This can be very feminine with a kind of an edgy beautiful to it, sort of an edgy classic. Beautiful attention-getting eyes then with a more subtle look around the mouth. And then fill that in. And I'll put on lip color that is called Petal. Really easy for touching up later on in the evening. And on top of Petal, I'm going to put just a little dab of the pink champagne. This helps to create just a little more dimension in the lip. A little more shine. It smells good. Lip gloss is fun. And then that's finished. So you can see the difference between the smoky eye and the non-smoky eye. And then you can also see the effects of the contouring. Look at the difference. And the way that those two eyes will look, either for the day or for the night, and in low-level lighting. All of these using the BeautiControl Color Impact eyeshadows.